live, Silent Assassin. We live. We are live-ish. Welcome to the All Even Podcast. My name is Barry Grant Jr. You can catch me on Instagram and X at All Even Podcast. You can listen to the show on Spotify, Apple Podcasts, iHeartRadio. I'm all over the place. Go to TikTok. I'm on there as well. All Even Media. Sometimes Facebook. I mean, you find it on Facebook. I'm not on there. Do people use Facebook anymore? I think they do. They get fake news on Facebook. I don't use it, but it's there. Lots to get into today. I'm excited. What episode is this, Silent Assassin?
This is 254.
254. We are approaching 300 very, very soon. Well, 275 will be the next one, but then 300. Are we doing something? I think we said we might do something for 300, possibly.
Yeah, we have time to plan.
Yeah.
Like a year. Yeah.
I'll scam up something that people can be able to send money and donate. How are you doing, my friend?
Yeah, pretty good. Decent week. So,
yeah. It's a busy day for us as Met fans. Like we're excited, right?
Yeah.
The last 48 hours has been great. We're going to discuss it, but man, oh man, before I get there though, I have conceded to some things. I've conceded that I'm not old, right? But there is a point where you cross this threshold of you're not like that young, vibrant, it's 2 a.m., I'm still up, I feel great. Like once 8 o'clock hit, it's bad for me. Like I start to get tired and, start thinking about the next day. I can't even play a video game anymore without I've never fallen asleep playing games before in my life. Now it happens. Controller in hand, and I'm asleep.
Yeah.
I don't like it, right? So I've conceded to some things. So where I'm going with this is that me and my lovely fiance, we decided that we're gonna have a night out, right? Let's go to the movies. Hey, let's go watch Superman. Everybody's telling me about this Superman movie is great. So I said, great, let's go watch it. So we there, and who falls asleep first? I do, right? But that's normal for me, right? I need my at least 10 minutes at the movie. Then I'm up and watch the rest of the movie. But then when I get up, I look to my right, and Jasmine's falling asleep. I'm just like, what's happening here? We just spent like $50, and we both sleep here, right? So we ended up finishing the movie. We watched, the latter part of it. We were happy. She comes to me the next day, and she said, hey, I want to go back to the movies. I'm like, all right. Well, what do you want to see? I want to see Fantastic Four. All right. Heard good things about that too. Let's go see it. So we go there, and now I'm good now, right? I made sure that I napped. I took some vitamins. I was ready, right? Look to my right. 5 minutes into the movie, she's knocked out cold. And I'm talking about out cold to the point where, that home sleep is different from when you're on the train sleep. Mm-hmm. Train sleep, you can kind of just put your head to the side and when your stop is coming up and miraculously you wake up and get off. Home sleep is like a burglar can get through the house and you won't move an inch because you're not, right? That's how she was. It's crazy. I was just like, you missed the whole movie. The whole thing.
It's a little crazy. 5 minutes, 10 minutes in the movie and then out cold.
Yeah.
We just showed up here to take a nap.
We just paid money to sleep.
Yeah.
Right? And mind you know what? The fact that my house is extremely hot right now because my HVAC system is on the fritz. Maybe that was the plan. Maybe we had to escape and go to the movies where there's nice AC and nice air conditioning, and we just fell asleep. That was the plan. I don't know. I'll cut off some bail right now. But man, it's just like, I remember I used to go to the movies and just watch the whole film.
Yeah.
I can't do it anymore.
It's like for me, like personally, like I have to go before a specific time because if it's too late, then I
Yeah.
get really tired and it's hard for me to stay up.
It's hard for you to stay.
Yeah.
And then on top of that, too, they got these damn reclining seats. I don't,
yeah.
listen, first off, I go back to when movie seats were uncomfortable and hard.
Yeah.
Because that's when you have no choice but to stay up. Your back is so bothered. It's like, I need to stay up and watch this movie. You so relaxed now. The seats are great. They recline. The headrest goes back. Like, you can't do that to me. I'm paying $30 to sleep.
Yeah.
This is not good.
Yeah.
And then they got the dining thing. Oh, that's the worst, right? Dining theater is the worst. Then they have these other ones where they have like literal like beds now. Like you go there in your pajamas and they have what? What are we doing?
Yeah. Like that's to me is a little extra, like, and then chilling, like, cause the chairs still be like sticky. Like no one's cleaning them. So
No.
to lay down with your pajamas, I know you're going home and
Yeah.
not changing. So then you're bringing
Yeah, that's
that
a
into
great
your
point.
bed.
I never even thought about that. They rubbing their butt cheeks on this damn chair. They not cleaning it. You know what I'm saying? I'm sure they not Febrezing it. They not putting no, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
We know that's not happening.
Yeah.
You know, when they talk about, oh, we're cleaning the theater. Bullshit. I still see popcorn on the floor from the last person that was watching the Avengers. Don't do this. Don't do this.
Yeah.
So, you know, I concede. You know, I'm just going to figure it out. I say, look, when the movie gets on Blu-ray, yes, I said Blu-ray. When the movie gets on demand, then I'll go ahead and watch that. But I'm not wasting no more money going to the movie theater after a certain time. I will go. If it's a matinee, 1 p.m. in the afternoon, we there.
Yeah,
But
save
don't
like
ask me for no 10 o'clock. It's not happening.
It's just too late.
Yeah.
You gotta go early, save 20%, whatever
Yeah.
it is, get a discount.
I was upset.
Yeah.
And I understand. I'm just like, you know, it's just like, damn, we could have saved this money. But we had a good time anyway, although we were sleeping. So shouts to her. The tragic shooting in New York. It's just insane how somebody can be able to blame the NFL for what happened to him. And the guy never played in the NFL. Played, what, high school, right? Was it high school, I think? College?
Yeah, I think I had some form of football.
Yeah, but it wasn't the pros. He didn't play in the pros.
No. Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, you know, my thoughts and prayers go out to the families that were affected, man. And, you know, it's a blessing that he got on the wrong elevator, right? Or the wrong floor or whatever it was. And it's just like, you know, we really have to think about doing something with guns in this country. But we know that that's not going to happen. There's too much money in it,
Just
unfortunately.
Like, to be in like the New York City streets and have somebody with that type of gun just walking around.
Just walking around
is crazy.
It's a movie.
Yeah.
Like it's just, I say it all the time that New York is not a real place, and it's really starting to become that. It's like, you know, we got the floods that's going on right now. I'm telling you, it's beautiful outside. And how did we get here? It's because we had to have a damn tsunami or something that's going to pass through the city. Subways is flooded, streets is flooded. I see this poor white lady. She was in the subway and the whole floor was covered, right? It's like up to the rail, and she's over here like using the rails to try to walk past, and people are shimmying or across these rails. I mean, yo, what's happening here? This is New York City. Where are the drainage systems?
Yeah.
What's happening here? You don't see those things in China. They have all of these things that are real. They press a button and all the water just dissipates. We don't got that. And I'm just thinking, like, if there's a natural disaster, we cooked.
Yeah.
We're literally cooked.
Yeah.
If Godzilla decides to come to New York City, we're cooked. Okay? Flood, cooked, tsunami, whatever it is, this place is cooked. Cooked. We got to figure it out. Mom Donnie, you got a lot of work to do. You got to fix these damn roads. You got to fix the drainage system. Make sure that there's a drain after every street, right? Every block needs a drain. That's just the way it goes. Like, I used to walk through neighborhoods, and I'd be like, why do you only got one drain for like 4 blocks? I don't understand that. Shouldn't every block have a drain?
Yeah, it should
Doesn't
be
it make it? It makes it simpler.
like every like certain amount of feet.
Yeah.
Drain. Yeah.
I,
It's like it's like I don't like. What's the reason not to have it? Like
cheap.
yeah.
This is cheap.
It's crazy. Even like growing up, we always used to get like flood warnings because we were by the water.
Yeah.
And it's like this shouldn't even be like in a regular neighborhood have floods. Like,
right.
It should be like
you should have precaution. Like what is happening here?
Yeah.
Even when you go to like places, you go down in Florida, like all of these houses are like built with like the concrete and brick, right? And but obviously the roof is different, but the foundation of the house is solid. You come out here and these houses are built out of cheap ass sheetrock and whatever it is. That's not holding.
No.
If what happens if a tornado comes? It's over.
Yeah.
It's over here.
Yeah.
And you would think one of the richest economies in the world, if not the richest, we have the worst housing.
Mm-hmm.
I don't get it.
Mm-hmm.
We're surrounded by water. And it's like, don't worry about it. We don't need to worry about water. You're surrounded by water, so don't worry about it. It's fine. Where's your beach house? Right on the water. You have any protections though?
Yeah.
Owned it for 30 years, never. So Sandy,
It's middle of the ocean now.
Exactly. That house is long gone. House is long gone. House is in Atlantis. That's what that house is now. It's just we got to do better. That's all I'm saying. We got to do better. Now, I had that nice intro, but that's not the real intro. It's not. Because a Claw is the worst friend that you can have, he's brainwashed me now. And now I have to play this song as the real intro to the pod. So let's go ahead and cue it. And shouts to my man Kyle Bethel on IG. This is a slap. The first song that I heard is the same song, but when I heard it the first time, I was like, yo, this is fire, right? But now he got a feature on it that I didn't even know I needed until I heard it. So, cue the sound.
I'm a decent man from the city of demons. Niggas be scheming, niggas be shooting. Senseless violence, really so many reasons. Mental health reasons, financial reasons. To be real, shouldn't love this city.
Hey.
But I love this city. Whoa.
I'm just like you, bro.
To be real, shouldn't
So
love
when I heard this, I'm like,
Decent man walking.
I know that voice.
I'm a decent man walking. Used to play the Peter
That's
Pan
40
with
Cal. What are you
kilograms
doing
off.
on this
Legal
record?
transporting. Different era pair like Timu brand Jordans with cops try to extort them cause they see you camcording, talking body cam off. Took a 90 grand loss cause they think I got it. See the LV monogram cloth.
Hey.
I'm an honest man, try to move the potted gram soft. Either that, upload a resume and docu-scan forms. In a city demonic, a project, really a project. Whenever the D's mention your dementia got us. You ever see a fly homeless guy? Really ironic.
Oh man, what we doing here? This is New York. We gotta stand up. I don't care, man. This is a slap. Kyle about to get a record. He about to get a record deal.
I ain't believing ghosts. My belief is a doubter. Till I whip the Rolls Royce and see first season of Power. Whoa.
I'm a decent man from the city of demons. Niggas be
They
scheming.
over here talking about my Lakers championship ain't real. We don't believe them. And I'm gonna tell y'all why.
Mental health reasons,
Hey.
financial reasons. To be real, shouldn't love this city, but I love this city.
Whoa.
To be real, shouldn't love this city.
Let's go, Kyle. Shouts to Kyle, man. Listen. It's nice to see when people wanna give dudes a little opportunity, man. That's what the beauty of social media is, right? It shrinks the world. It allows you to connect and make slaps like that. Let's go into brass tacks. Let's go ahead and just go into it because Shannon Sharpe fired from ESPN. Am I shocked? No, because when it got reported, I had said to myself, he's done. I'm done in regards to what he's doing in regards to the music, the Club Shay Shay and Nightcap and all that other stuff and other opportunities that are going to come his way. But I just knew that ESPN was done because there's no way they're gonna want that type of publicity from one of their talents. And obviously he had to settled with the girl, and now he's no longer working with ESPN. I remember he had put out a post said that he'll be back for the football season. And I truly believe that he had every confidence and every reason to want to come back. Like I never thought that he thought that he was gonna get fired. I'm sure he thought to himself he would be back, and I didn't. But if he did, that's fine. And my thing is, why would they wait so long to make this decision? I think that it would have been better for them to just sever ties when the allegation came out or whenever the lawsuit came out, because it just looks a way that you stick around because it wasn't like he did anything wrong. It wasn't like he was accused of rape or anything like this. He wasn't accused of anything. It was just, some consensual situation. She wanted to be compensated for whatever reason, and that was it. But it's like, is there any protection for a talent that there is some accusation or allegation against you? There's a suit against you where you can be able to get out on the other side and still keep your job. You don't see those things anymore. I mean, like Joy Taylor, she got let go from FS1. The whole gang got let go, but obviously there was a lot of things behind the scenes that we heard about her, right? So all of these things are kind of tied in, but it's like, here's my real opinion. He's better off without ESPN. You got Club Shay Shay's doing great. Nightcap is doing great. I just think that, yes, the platform of ESPN and First Take, it's big. People still watch it. It's not at the peak that it used to be in regards to viewership, but it's still the number one show out there. So, do I think that his brand is hurt by this? No. Slightly off track, but he'll bounce back and be fine. I don't know. I don't even think it's necessary for him to be on a network anymore. I think he's kind of surpassed that now. Like, I think if he were to do anything, he would create his own debate show at this point, right? Like, he has Nightcap again with Osho. He has Club Shay Shay, but he can be able to create. He has his own production company, so I don't see why he wouldn't be able to get a deal doing his own thing, right? Having his own panel of up-and-comers and doing his own show. Why the F not? Why wouldn't that be the thing that you would try? Because clearly FS1 is not an option anymore. Maybe it is. ESPN right now is not an option, or maybe it is. Maybe down the road. Maybe he does get his own show. But I just think that First Take for Shannon Sharpe, for me, just never was a natural fit. He was good for FS1 because FS1 was kind of like the up-and-coming network. They're competing. So they were a little bit more willing to take certain risks, right? And Shannon Sharpe was that. He was an intelligent guy, swag, funny, knowledgeable, and people turned to Undisputed to watch him. You can't say the same thing about First Take, that people were turning to First Take to watch Shannon Sharpe. They were just watching the show because he's a part of it on a few days a week. I think he was only there 2 or 3 days a week. And you go there to watch the establishment that was already there, not necessarily Shannon Sharpe. And I just think that he's bigger than that. I think he's bigger than just being a feature on somebody else's show. That's Stephen A. Smith's show. He can be able to bring on whoever he wants, but Shannon needs his own thing. And I'm hoping that he can be able to be better from this, excel from this. He's good. Obviously, he's comfortable in regards to financial status. He has 2 shows that people love. They're acclaimed, critically acclaimed. Like, so these things are not, he doesn't have to worry about them. But in regards to just being on linear TV, I just don't think that that's a goal or a need that he needs anymore. Tried it. He did well at it. Now I think it's time for him to be able to explore something else and maybe do something on his own. So, shouts to Shannon Sharpe. And I'm just happy that he's away from you know who. We don't say his name on this show. Moving on. I always lead with grace, but sometimes I have to be me, and I have to be the person that likes to drop certain F-bombs and certain things and tell people about themselves. And I'm going to be nice today in a certain way. I'm going to use this button when I want to say something derogatory against somebody's character. An ad hominem, right? I'm attacking you in this debate. Daryl Morey, who is the GM of the Philadelphia 76ers currently, said that the 2020 bubble championship, nobody respects it. You know, people behind the scenes, they talk about it, they don't respect it, yada, 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 right? And I've heard that several times. But then there's another part of this story which I've also heard. And it just makes me laugh because it's about how people view things. So this is the quote. It truly doesn't hold up as a genuine championship. But he said that if his Houston Rockets would have won the championship, obviously he would have celebrated and it would have been a legit championship. So it's not a legit championship because what? LeBron James and the Lakers won it? Or your team wasn't suited or designed well enough to be able to sustain the attrition that the bubble gave the players. This was something that took them back to their AAU days, right? Where there's no distractions, there's no clubs, there's no women, there's nothing that can be able to distract you, and you have a personal life. The bubble was just about basketball. You woke up, went to practice. You ate your food. You got shots up. You played your game. You went back to the hotel. You got treatment. You went ahead and spoke to your family. You went ahead and went to sleep, and rinse and repeat. It was a basketball environment. It was a basketball world. Everything outside of the bubble did not matter because all this was basketball focused. And a lot of these players that were there could not hang. They couldn't deal with it. They needed to escape. They had to do something. They weren't just used to just playing basketball. But you know what the Lakers ended up doing? They bonded together. They sat in that bubble. They made sure that they were consistent. They were persistent. And they made sure that they got what they went in there for. And that was the championship. They focused on basketball. LeBron James said this was the hardest championship that he had to win because there are no other distractions. You had to be locked in every single day to be able to keep your mind focused on the task at hand. You don't have family visiting you. You don't have reporters and all this other stuff in your face. You're not going here. You're not doing photo shoots. You're just playing basketball. And most of these guys haven't had that type of environment since they were 13, 14, 15, 16, 17 years of age. So, of course, somebody like Daryl Morey, who doesn't know about basketball, is that he literally GMs like this is NBA 2K. He just puts players together and thinks it's going to fucking work. Of course, he wouldn't appreciate what it is to actually really have to be a unit in a team and have chemistry. I tell people all the time, talent is one thing, but you have to trust the person that's in front of you and that's beside you. And if you don't have that special bond, no matter if you're best friends or not, you don't have to be best friends with somebody to share a chemistry connection on a basketball team, on a football team, a baseball team, whatever it is. But you know that you can trust them when times get hard on the playing surface, whether it's a court, a field, a diamond, whatever it is. You can trust that person to be able to do what they have to do. Chemistry matters in every facet of life. When you meet somebody and you want that person to be your significant other, you need chemistry to be able to continue to have a fruitful relationship. All of that lust and physical desire, that still is around, but that fades after a while. Chemistry doesn't. Or it does, and if it does, then it's time to part ways. It's the same thing at your work environment. You don't need to be friends with your your work partners or whatever it is, your coworkers, but you need some type of camaraderie and chemistry to make sure your work environment is a positive one. Chemistry is about how you can be able to create something out of nothing. I might not be as good as you, but because we are simpatico in how we think and we're trying to get to the same place, I know my role, we know our roles, and we're going to try to figure this out and get there together. And that's what sports is about. It's the great equalizer when it comes to chemistry. I've seen decent teams win championships because of chemistry. The Boston Red Sox, what do they call them? The idiots? That team, they were good, but were they the most talented team in baseball? I wouldn't say that. But the chemistry they had, the bond that team had, the brotherhood that they had, is some of the best, locker rooms you will ever see in sports history. When they were down 3-1 or 3-0, they knew that because they trusted each other, that they can be able to get out of that hole and figure it out and win that series and then eventually win the World Series against the Cardinals, right? So we've seen these things. Chemistry matters, and this is exactly what the Lakers did. They bonded through COVID. They bonded going into the bubble. They bonded while they were in the bubble with all the social stuff, the injustice that was happening, the Floyd stuff, everything that was going on outside of the bubble, people dying, people getting sick. They bonded collectively to say, let's go ahead and get this done. Let's do this for our city. Kobe Bryant dying, right? All of these things motivated them to stay the course while other teams folded. Teams like the Clippers who didn't want to be there. Other teams like, there's so many stories that you hear out of the bubble that so many teams wanted to pack up and go home. They couldn't hang. So when you talk about that this is a fraudulent championship, go yourself, honestly, because you're the reason why this sport doesn't appreciate certain milestones, because all you do is just put bullshit teams together. This is why your teams stink. This is why Joel Embiid has a couple of years left and you gave him one of the worst contracts in the NBA. Why? Because you're an idiot. So anything that Daryl Morey says, take it with a grain of salt, because he's not a smart man when it comes to trying to build a franchise and build a roster. You got lucky with inheriting James Harden. What have you done since? Not much. So when we talk about him other people that have said things about the bubble doesn't count, what makes you any type of aficionado or historian about what counts and what doesn't? Everybody that played in that bubble said that this was the hardest thing that they ever had to deal with. There's no home crowds. There's nothing but basketball. And a lot of these people realized how much basketball wasn't a central focus in their minds as they thought it was. They needed all of these other outside influence and distractions to keep them level. You can't just focus on basketball every day. So the Lakers and LeBron showed you that they were able to do that. They made sacrifices to be able to win a championship. Phil Handy said something very, very nice on social media. And shouts to Phil Handy. He's now with the Dallas Mavericks. I miss Phil Handy. But he said something very, very interesting on his social media. And I would love to read this because people like Phil Handy deserve to be highlighted and shown flowers. So let's go ahead and see what Phil Handy said. They talk all that ish. He said they can talk all that ish they want. If you weren't in the bubble to win it, they may want to keep quiet about it. Exactly. Every team came into the bubble to compete and win a championship. If Houston would have beat us and won it, I'm sure they wouldn't be saying it wasn't real. LOL. So that's the thing, is that you can be able to say to the girl, oh, I didn't want you anyway. Why? Because she rejected you? Because she didn't want you? So it's fine that you can be able to say, oh, I broke up with her. Why? Because she didn't broadcast it? Because you didn't get her? You need to make yourself look better. When in hindsight, you were just another loser, just like everybody else in your team couldn't hang. Oh, so sorry. So sorry. For the Laker haters out there, for the LeBron haters, it's not a real championship. You keep trying to sully this man's legacy, and I just don't understand it. What about the San Antonio Spurs that won championship in the lockout? 1998, 99, 50 games? How is that not an asterisk? So that counts, but the bubble doesn't. What about the other season that was locked out and you only had 66 games? Was that an asterisk? No. So what are we talking about here? But the fact that the Lakers and LeBron do it, it has to be fake. People show you their intentions just as soon as they open their mouth. So, am I surprised that idiot Daryl Morey will say something like this? No. Am I surprised when people off the street that don't know basketball, that have no idea how basketball actually works, say this? No. Am I shocked when I even hear pundits talk about it? No, because there's always this agenda to be able to try to water down LeBron's career anyhow you can do it. But I wonder if Kobe Bryant would have won this championship if he would have said the same thing. I wonder if Michael Jordan would have won this type of championship. Would you have heard the same thing? I'm sure not. You know what you probably would have heard? Oh my God, Jordan, he would wake up every morning at 3 a.m., hit the gym, and just go out there and compete, man. He won the toughest championship out of the 7 that he won. We would never hear anything about an asterisk. So it's all about who does things instead of what they do. Always remember that. Barry Bonds broke the home run record. People tend to try to sully that record. What if Aaron Judge breaks it? Oh my God, he's the best home run hitter in the world. There's nobody better than Aaron Judge. It's not about what you do. It's about who does it. Moving on. Knicks talk. Claw's not here, and shout out to Claw. Knicks go ahead and extend Mikal Bridges. I think he got 5 years. What was the deal? 5 years. I think it's $150 million. They said he left $6 million on the table. And shout out to him. I think, when you look at the type of team that the Knicks have, they're trying to make sure that they keep this together. They want to build the championship team. They have the window. I do believe that their window to try to get to a championship or win a title is the next 3 years. After that, they're going to have to blow it up. But to see guys take sacrifices, take a little money off the top, give some money back, I think that's a good sign to be able to see how they can continue to try to be as successful as possible. Do I think the Knicks have a chance to win a championship? I think they have a chance to get out of the East next year because the East is so weak. There's a lot of injuries. You got the Cavs still there. Celtics are on their way down. The Pacers lost a lot. So we'll see what happens. But I think out of anybody, the Knicks look pretty good. Milwaukee is okay. They kind of retooled. So we'll see. But the fact that Bridges took less to stay with New York just to be able to compete shows a lot of character. He had a rough season, very up and down. Started the season off very, very slow. Started to develop and played well to the middle of the season, towards the end of the season. Playoffs didn't go their way, but, they didn't play terrible. So now they've added a couple of pieces with Jordan Clarkson and Yabusele and some other guys. So we'll see what happens. But this is a good step in the right direction for them to be able to extend a guy that was going to be a free agent soon and lock him in and still be able to keep that window open to compete. So shouts to the Knicks. Maybe they can be able to get rid of Karl-Anthony Towns. I don't know. We'll see. I have something funny to show you with Donald Trump. Is football related. It's very good. Let's see. What else do we have? Yes. So I was... Now we'll get to this one. Luka said something very, very important today. It's Thursday, recording on a Thursday night. So whenever this comes out, it's Thursday he said this. He wants LeBron to stay with the Lakers, but also retire a Laker. And I think that's very important because over the last few months, we've heard this narrative that the Lakers are transitioning to the Luka era. And they want to be able to give Luka everything that he wants and make sure that the future is secure, as well as competing now to be able to make sure that they're still relevant in the present. Well, Luka came out today and said, listen, I need LeBron. I need LeBron to stay here. If he's going to be here for 1 year, if he's going to be here for 2 years, I need to make sure that LeBron is with me, with the Lakers. And if that's not a message from management, I don't know what is, because LeBron's a free agent after the season. He has a $60 million cap threshold after the season. So if they go ahead and decide to want to keep him, they're going to have to renounce that cap hold and negotiate a brand new deal. Now, is LeBron going to be open to that? I think he will be open to that because there's going to be some teams that have cap space, but how many teams are going to have the necessary cap space to sign a LeBron James? Is he willing to take less to go somewhere else? Would he be willing to take less to do a sign and trade to go to Cleveland? Is he willing to go somewhere else if they have cap space? We're going to see what teams do have that. But I know the Lakers are going to have cap space. And it'll be very, very good if the Lakers can be able to convince somebody else to come and then have LeBron James sign over the top when everything else is done. That would be ideal because then now you create a special situation where now the Lakers can be able to do something special. So that's what I'm thinking about, is that it's smart to be able to keep LeBron in the fold. It's smart to be able to try to keep Luka happy as much as possible. He's going to be signing that extension in the next couple of days for the Lakers. So if you can be able to find a way to get LeBron James to retire a Laker, I think that's the best alternative for both parties. LeBron has been a great Laker. This is the longest tenure that he's had with any team outside of the Cavs. And that's important. He has an opportunity to be able to have his jersey retired for 3 different organizations. This is something that's very, very important to him, to be able to leave that lasting legacy. He wants to have that farewell tour. It's best to have a farewell tour in a place where you spent a lot of time. If it's not Cleveland, then I would advise to stay in LA. I wouldn't mind him going back to Cleveland. I think that'd be pretty cool. But seeing him in the purple and gold as well, and what he's done for this organization, how he's pulled this organization from the rubble when he came here in 2018, these are the things that I remember. These are the things that I hold on to. And I'm not ready to get out of the LeBron James sweepstakes as a Laker fan. I'm just not. Many Laker fans feel that way because they still have their Kobe Bryant pajamas in their posters in their room, and that's fine. You can be a a Kobe Bryant fan all you want, but that doesn't mean that you have to continue to shoot down LeBron's career because you loved your time watching Kobe Bryant. You can have both. You can be able to appreciate the legend that Kobe Bryant was, the great Laker that he was, and still be able to appreciate what LeBron James has also done for this organization. Have they been super successful to the point where we're competing for championships every year? No. It hasn't been that type of partnership, but it takes more than just one guy to be able to have a fruitful partnership with the team. You need to make sure that you're drafting well. You need to make sure that the coach is in place that's a good coach. You need to make sure that you have the pieces on the team and guys know their roles to be able to compete at a high level and be there consistently. The Lakers haven't had that every year. They had guys like Russell Westbrook come through here and destroy everything known to man in regards to flexibility, draft picks, all of that stuff. And those things take a toll on your team when you constantly have to try to replenish the cabinet and try to repair things that you've broke. So has it been smooth sailing? Of course not. But I do think that it's the right move to make to be able to continue the partnership. Moving on. Let's get into all of this betting stuff that we've heard. My goodness gracious, people are getting arrested left and right. Marcus Morris was the first one to get arrested. I was like, what the hell is going on here? I was seeing reports talking about him embezzling money, or he gave some counterfeit checks. Like, what are we doing? Right? So he gets arrested. And then Gilbert Arenas, they pulled the man out of his house. And I'm like, what's happening here? That hurt my soul when they took Gilbert. I'm like, I had to call my man Kev, and shouts to Kev. And me and Kev is over here mourning this man like he died. It's terrible news. Why would they do this to Gilbert? What did he do? Why would he ruin his life like this? He got Gil's Arena. He's making all this money. He's recently married. Why would you jeopardize all of these things for what? Gambling? A couple of $100,000? Like, what are we talking about here? We comparing millions, a couple of $100,000. That's what I don't understand with these people. Like, how much money you think you're going to make? You're already making millions. Don't bet on your damn sport. Bet on something else. You got Belmont Racetrack. You got all this other stuff that you can bet on. Why are you betting on your own sport? What's happening? So then I found out that Marcus Morris, in 2024, he went to a casino, ran up the bill, and owed like $150,000 in one time. He gave them a check that he knew was going to bounce because he didn't have the money in there. He went somewhere else and ran up another bill for like $155,000 and did the same thing. You know you ain't got no money in there, man. What you giving people checks for? Just say, I ain't got it. I'm an NBA player. I'm going to give you an IOU, though. I'm going to come back and pay this tab. But don't pass bad checks, man. That's horrible. They arrest people for that. And what happened, right? He got arrested. So he ended up paying the bill, clearing it up, and he's just like, I'm humbled now, lesson learned. Yeah, pay your bills. You have millions. You've made millions of dollars in the league. You ain't got a couple $100,000 at this point. You down bad, bruh. If you don't have a couple of $100,000 to pay your bill when you've made millions, you have people out there that make not even a third, like 1% of what you've made, and they pay all of their bills on time. They make sacrifices. Say, oh, guess I can't have that porterhouse tonight. PB&J for the rest of the week. Because I got to make sure I pay these bills. While you have millions and you go ahead and be very, very careless with your own money. That's what I can't understand. Like, you got M's. Save it. Invest. Put it in a Roth IRA and let it mature. Do something. Instead of going to Vegas and spending $150,000 on what? Craps? What are we doing? At least go, you know what, I'm not going to say that. So that's cleared up. But then we got the whole Gilbert Arena situation, right? And according to Gilbert himself, as he's walking down the courthouse steps to his wife, he's like, oh, it ain't got nothing to do with me. I rented the house. And because his name is on it, obviously, they came and got him. So whatever activity was going on in it, I don't know if Gil was aware of what was happening. What was the phrase that we used last week or a couple of weeks before? Plausible deniability, right? He might know, but if you can't prove it, doesn't really matter. So I'm curious to see what happens with that case, because I'm hoping that nothing comes out, because Gil's my man. Like I love Gilbert Arenas. Like, loved him as a player. Love him as a personality now. Has a great show. Just a real unique character. Says what he wants, says what he feels, and has really created a good brand for himself. And I just don't want that to be jeopardized by some stupid decisions off camera, or, you know, off brand, or whatever it is. He needs to make sure that this ain't it. This ain't him. They got to prove that, and then we can be able to move forward. So hopefully that happens, because I don't want anything to happen to Gil. I like Gil's Arena. You can take other shows, but don't take this one. Don't take this one. The Warriors. I have not seen the Golden State Warriors behave like this in the Curry era. I'm shocked. They are not acting in good faith. What's happening? The Warriors and Jonathan Kuminga are in a battle for leverage and, I guess, fair market price. Jonathan Kuminga wants to be traded. He wants out of Golden State. The Golden State Warriors don't want to trade him because they're trying to get the most value for him. But when you've depreciated your own asset because you went ahead and not played him in the playoffs because you said, and your coach said verbatim, there's nowhere to play him at this point. So a 24-year-old kid has nowhere to play when he's probably one of the most athletic guys on your roster. So you've literally stunted this kid's growth with him not being able to have the potential that he should have had, while other teams are looking at him saying, yeah, we like Jonathan Kuminga, but we don't know what he is because we haven't really been shown anything that you guys have done to develop him to warrant us going ahead and trading off some of these assets that we value very, very highly for a kid that we don't know anything about. So how are they going to resolve this? At this point, it's either you trade him and get pennies on the dollar, or you just allow him to become a unrestricted free agent. Somebody's going to pick him up on a 1-year deal, He's gonna have to take shorts, but then he'll have the potential to be able to earn that money back. I think that the Warriors had offered a 2-year extension, and he turned it down because he was just like, they're just operating in bad faith. I don't want to deal with them. And I think I'm with the kid. I think that when you've dealt with an organization, you've only known this organization. And since you've been drafted, since you've been in that organization, they have kind of derailed your development. It's like if you're at a job and you know that you can be taught better, you can be able to move up and advance, and somebody's blocking you from making a lateral move, all because they don't necessarily like you for whatever reason. Too short. Or they don't like the way you laugh. Or they don't like the fact that you come from privilege. Whatever it is, they have it out for you, and they're stunting your development at this job. Are you going to continue to try to stay there? Or are you going to go ahead and try to make moves otherwise? Everybody knows the answer. You go through door number 2. You know, some people go through door number 1. I'm going to sit here and fight. I'm going to fight it out. Okay, cool. There's nothing wrong with that. Nothing wrong with that method. But there's also nothing wrong with the other method where you say, okay, well, if you don't value me, somebody else will. And that's where Golden State finds themselves, is that they don't want the kid, right? That's the funny part. They don't want him, but yet they won't trade him, or they won't let him go for nothing. Because at the end of the day, he is an asset, right? But if you've depreciated your own asset and somebody's trying to give you pennies on the dollar, how can you look at the person that's trying to give you pennies on the dollar like they have 3 heads? You caused this. You cause the actual value of this player to be as low as it is. You did that. So don't try to look at the market now and say, oh, yeah, the market's not marketing right now. It's nothing there for you. Sorry. No. You did that to me. So why should I believe anything that you're telling me at this point? Let me go. I'm not signing that deal. I'm not signing the restrictive tag. I'm not signing none of those things. I'm not signing no qualifying offers, nothing. Let me go. Because if you truly believe that I can't help this team, then just let me go. I will show you what I will do for somebody else. And they know that. That's the funny thing, is that they don't want to let him go. Because if they did not believe that he was that good of a player, you don't think they would have waived him by now? I'm sure they would have. And that's the funny thing. So we'll see what happens. I believe that the resolution is that they need to let him go and let him figure it out. Become an unrestricted free agent, pull the qualifying offer, and let him just go. And you wipe your hands clean of it, because this is something that looks like it's going to stretch out. Is he going to stick to his guns and be very consistent on not signing that deal? Or is somebody going to get to him and say, look, Jonathan, let's just sign the deal and then we can figure out a way to get out of here? That could be what happens. I'm just hoping that it's the other way. I want to see somebody say, I am not taking that money. I want you to let me go because that's my only option and I'm sticking with it. I won't be compromised. I will not bend to whatever other option is out there. This is the only option, and it's the nuclear one. So let me go, and let me go about my business while you guys do your own thing. That's what I want to see him do. Will it happen? Very small percentage, but I'm still hoping for it. Moving on. What else we got here? Yes. No, we're not going to go with the relevant news of the week. We're going to save that. Terry Mclaurin asked for a trade out of the Commanders. He's very upset. He's not happy. Wants his money. How dare you not give me an extension? I've been the heart and soul of this team since I've been here. You got new owners, Magic Johnson. You got all these. What's happening? Where's my money? And my thing is this. good ploy, Terry. This is a good bargaining tool to use. Sometimes when you don't have any other option, the requested trade option is always a good one because it shows the organization that you're serious. It shows the organization that you're willing to entertain the option of leaving and going somewhere else rather than staying. So we'll see how fast these negotiations pick up now, because I do believe that Terry deserves a new contract. He's been a very good wide receiver for the Commanders. He's literally their old head. You know what I'm saying? So they definitely got to take care of him, man. Give him fair market value. I don't believe that he's trying to kill them in negotiations anyway, but it's just one of those things where you're getting long in the tooth, right? And if you're getting long in the tooth, teams, everybody looks at that and they're trying to go ahead and project out. Well, if you're starting to get old, then we can't give you anything more than maybe a 2 or 3 year deal. And maybe Terry wants 3, maybe he wants 4, maybe he wants a 5. Who knows? But there has to be some meeting of the minds, and there has to be a compromise for him to be able to stay in Washington, because I want to see him stay in Washington. I think it'd be very, very weird to see Terry McLaurin in a different uniform outside of the Washington Commanders. Like, he just looks very, very good in those colors. He's been there a while. I mean, I wouldn't mind him on the Jets, but, misery loves company. And, so we'll see. We'll see what happens in regards to that. Moving on, Tyler Guyton from the Dallas Cowboys is hurt. Their offensive tackle. They were counting on him to be able to make big strides this year. He's now hurt. They had feared that he had tore his ACL. Came back and said that he didn't tear the ACL. The ACL was intact, but he is going to be out with a knee injury 4 to 6 weeks. So that literally takes him out of preseason. Definitely in jeopardy to miss maybe the first 2 or 3 games of the season, maybe even longer than that, depending on how long he has to rehab. So is this going to affect the Dallas Cowboys? You absolutely right. This is a team that Pro Football Focus had them ranked 30th in regards to their running back group. So if you don't have a Tyler Guyton that could be able to be a good role grader, and you already have a weak offensive line to the point where they're going ahead and offering workouts to Lyle Collins and other guys that see if they can be able to bring in some depth here. But if you can't have him at full steam and full speed, it's going to be a problem. He struggled mightily during his rookie season last year to the point where he was no longer a starter. Now you have this injury, which is also now going to take him out of training camp and everything for 4 to 6 weeks. You're now still waiting for him to turn that corner from his year 1 abilities when you haven't seen him much in year 2 outside of a few weeks in camp, which I've heard very good things about him impressing in camp. But now you have a delay, you have a drawback now, and there's a big concern about how he's going to be able to man the ship and be able to be the consistent player that they want him to develop into. So I'm very curious to see what happens, man. But not good right now, but it's not the end of the world. I think it's just going to allow somebody else to step up for the Dallas Cowboys. And so we'll see. I have nothing else good to say about the Cowboys. Moving on. Time for irrelevant news of the week.
You got to be kidding me. I mean, how do you watch the... they stink.
Every week we go ahead and we discuss irrelevant news of the week. Silent Assassin, what do you think I have on the docket here? There's a lot. I can tell you that. So, let's start. Guess who's back?
Who's back?
The butt sniffing guy. Now, it's you know what's crazy is that I remember we did this story like a year ago, 2 years ago.
A while ago, yeah.
Where this man was in Barnes and Nobles sniffing butt cracks. Like, what do you get out of that? What if you go ahead and you go find somebody who's who got Skid Row back there, right? Who's not the cleanest person. Maybe he likes that, right? Like, cause what are you actually sniffing?
Yeah, like you go in there and sniff to get like some type of odor.
Yeah, are you right? Are you trying to get some doo-doo odor? Like, what are you trying to get to, bruh? Nasty freak. So he gets arrested for this a couple of years back, and the man is back out now causing havoc in bookstores. Like, and the thing is, his his approach and his method is wild. So he'll go ahead and kneel, and he'll be looking at the books on the bottom row, and then all of a sudden you just see him shimmy over, and his whole nose is literally in somebody's backside.
It's like even like say you were the person that's having to do, like, what do you even do? Like, what
Right.
do you say? It's just
Because it's like, yo, you reading the book, right? Let's just like walk through this. You're there in Barnes and Nobles, you pick up a book, and you gonna go ahead and read the summary page. And like, oh, what's this book about? Oh, I've heard good things about it. And you know, bookstore quiet as shit. You know what I'm saying? All of a sudden you hear. You look around, you like, there's nobody here. Look around, there's nobody for miles. There's somebody on the other end of the bookstore. It's just like, so you go ahead and you go back and finish reading the little slip. Like, that would freak anybody out, because like, yo, is there a ghost in here that's smelling me or something? And then you turn around and you don't see nobody. It's gonna make you look crazy. And then all of a sudden you're gonna see this bald head nut job that's just standing there looking stupid, right? Got no book in his hand. So you already know that that's suspect. You know, you in Barnes & Noble, there's no book in your hand. What are you doing in here? What are you doing in here? At least pick up a book. What you just here floating. Do you work here, sir? No, I don't work here. So what you doing in here?
Yeah, at least like try a little harder to blend in.
Yeah. Doo-doo chaser. It's a sick man.
It kind of like reminds me of like those like pranksters on TikTok, but like no, like this is for real.
Yeah.
The real dude.
Butt sniffer is back, you know, harassing the women. I wonder if he only does it to the women. I wonder if he does it to the men. Look at him. Look at him. He's over here. This one right here. The man he's putting back books on a. Yo, this is crazy. But this girl was just standing there. I wonder if she knew that he was sniffing her. Alleged butt sniffer is caught in action. This is insane. Moving on. I wonder what happens if he goes to jail and like, oh, what you in for, son? What you did? Yeah, they got me on sniffing a girl's butt in Barnes and Nobles. They would use him as a towel in that bookings. He would get washed up, I'm telling you. It wouldn't be good. It would not be good. Moving on. This brought sheer joy to my heart. It really did. Like, there's times where you'll see something and it just moves you to tears because it's so emotional and you've been so invested in somebody's, you know, whether it be career or kid. You see how they've developed and they've grown so big, and now they're graduating, they're doing big things, and you feel a sense of accomplishment when those things happen, right? But then there's the other side of that where you take solace and you take joy in seeing the demise of people as well, right? So for me, this brought good things to my heart.
At the end of the day, she was good, and I'm going to miss her, and I'm gonna miss. I will miss doing this podcast, and I will miss the money this podcast brought me. As you guys know, this podcast started off just with a girl with a dream to make more money, and I knew when I started that it was gonna go places. I didn't know I would fall off as quickly as I did, To be honest, I did think this was going to last a bit longer. But nevertheless, it lasted a minute, and I'm proud of the accomplishments I have, and I'm pretty sad that it has to end like this, but it's okay. Things in life happened. Everything in life happens for a reason, or mostly everything. Kind of not everything. Some things happen in life for a reason. But let's go down memory lane.
Shouts to what's her last name? Bobby Alfoff? Is that what it is?
I don't know how to say it.
Nobody cares. Nobody cares now because she got no more podcasts and she will be out of our zeitgeist forever. Right? This scam artist, and she went ahead and broke up her home for Drake. You go ahead and you go off and do something else because your podcast, they used to call her industry plant anyway. Get this industry plant out of here. These are these people that come along and try to siphon all of this money off of you, and these poor people that want something to believe in and have this, they want community, they want something to put their time and energy into. Go ahead and go watch this no talented scam artist. Go ahead and go make millions of dollars off of being somebody else's project, right? She stole somebody else's character and played with it. Got no sympathy for her at all. So, good riddance. Burger King is hiring. Burger King is hiring. Hey, real estate. People who are scammy going to real estate too, go ahead and do that. Or be a used car salesman. Those things work as well. Because since you have the gift of gab to be able to trick people into buying certain things, used cars are right up your alley. So, no sympathy. Sorry, not sorry. Moving on. Let's see what else. What else we got here? Oh, this was interesting. Says research shows that cats can recognize and comprehend human commands. They simply choose not to obey them. This makes sense because I got 3 cats, right? People say I'm a crazy cat man. I don't give a damn what you tell me. But my 3 cats, out of the 3 of them, 1 listens. You got 1 that just doesn't care. I said, Tiger, just help me out. No, nothing. She attacks people. You know, people can't come in here and enjoy themselves. They have to check in with the pod boss, that's Tiggy. And then you have the middle one, that's Saba. He's all right. He listens. But then you have the baby, Jello. She don't listen at all. She just does what she wants to do. You can call her. If you call her, she'll come and then she'll run off again. Like, they don't listen. It's true. They're like children. You got to talk to them like multiple times for them to get it. And then you have to lose your temper. Didn't I tell you? And the kid's looking at you like, why are you yelling? What's wrong? I told you to do this multiple times. I didn't hear you. The first 9 times, you could just ask me again. You ever realize how calm children are when you ask them to do something after you've been like extremely frustrated and they're just like, okay.
Yeah.
Why didn't you just do that the last hour I've been asking you to do it? Mm-hmm. Now you got me all riled up and mad and I'm looking crazy now because I have to come to you aggressively and you're killing me with kindness. I don't like this. I don't like it. So, yeah. Cats don't listen. Dogs listen. They do. But dogs are a little stupider. Not all of them. Not all of them. Just Claw's dogs. Just Claw's dogs are dumb. But yeah, it's just, animals are great, but they tend to not listen because they're their own people. Sometimes they don't want to listen to you. Mm-hmm. They want to do their own thing. Leave me alone. Put the food where I know where it is. Clean my stuff up and get the hell out of my way. No, I don't want to go downstairs. No, I don't want to get off this table. I'm going to sit here and be right in the middle of your dinner. And you can't move me. That's what happens sometimes. And I just concede. I said, all right, well, if you want to sit there, it's fine. I'm a weak pet dad. I am weak. No authority. Zero. They walk all over me. You know? So, moving on. Let's see what else we have here. This made me laugh. Or maybe I should keep this. You know what? No. We're going to keep this for Dummy of the Week. Let's see. What was another one that I saw? Oh, this is a good one. Lonnie Johnson. This music again. Lonnie Johnson, inventor of the Super Soaker, was recently awarded $73 million in unpaid royalties, 24 years after inventing it. It's a black man, Lonnie Johnson, invented the Super Soaker, stole the man's idea, didn't want to give him no money, and he finally got paid. See what we have to go through in this country? We build things. It's like, the artists back in the 60s, the 50s, when you make your music and you had people like Elvis go ahead and just steal music. It was fine. They used to do that all the time. They used to hear soul records and they used to give it to the white acts and have the white acts remix the song. What a beautiful song that was. Where'd you write it? We didn't write it. Ah, it doesn't matter. Who cares who wrote it? You guys are performing it. This should happen all the time. Stealing things is a part of this country's pastime. Stealing. You hear that a lot. With the indigenous people, what do? They stole. Got a nice setup here, guys. Hey, you got all these resources. You got these trees. Oh, you got the tents. You have all of this food. You do Thanksgiving. Hey, this is great. And 2 hours later, what happens? Again, found this place by accident. Hey, how are you? Yeah, well, it's a lovely place. They go ahead and show you all of their infrastructure. They show you how to build things, show you how to be able to trade things. And they said, great. And then 2 hours later, or how about Black Wall Street in Tulsa? Oh, hey, guys have a nice setup down here. You're literally independent, so you don't need anybody. And your businesses are thriving. Oh. Then 2 hours later, we know the story. So for this man to be able to keep fighting the good fight, keep telling people, and people who knew him obviously knew that he was the one that built this, and he never gave up. He never gave up in making sure that justice was served. And justice was served. He should have got a lot more money than that, though. I wouldn't have settled for anything less than $150. Paying. Well, what did we talk about in small claims court? Well, last week or the week before that. Pain and suffering. Okay? So not only are you gonna award me $73 million, I need an additional $73 for the pain and suffering that you got me through, because me and my family had to go ahead and struggle and suffer when I should have been all these damn Super Soaker commercials my whole damn career, right? You had all these white people on these commercials making this money off of my invention. It's nasty work. That's all I'm saying. Justice was served. So shouts to Lonnie. What is it, Lonnie Johnson? Make sure I get it right. Lonnie Johnson. There we go. Yeah. Stop stealing people's stuff, man. Stop stealing people's stuff. Oh wow, this is crazy. This might be this came in off the top rope. This is great. Wife makes husband take a lie detector test every time he comes home. First off, where did you buy a lie detector machine from?
So it's
Who does that?
Pretty intense.
And how do I know that you know how to operate it well enough to be able to tell me that that this is valid? You have people that train for years knowing how to read the machine. You just get the shit off Amazon. You think you'd be able to just use this? And then for him to sign up with this, you're an idiot.
Dummy. Yeah.
What's happening?
Even like, why would you want to be with somebody that every time they come home you have to, like, you don't believe them, so you
Right.
have to strap them up and give them a lie detector test?
I ain't gonna lie to you. I am gonna send you this picture. Forgive me. Forgive me for being mean. But when you see the power dynamic, you understand why he's complicit. I'm gonna send this to you, Silence Assassin, so you can see it.
It's like a Norbit situation.
Yes. Absolutely correct. This is the white version of Norbit. 100%.
Like, he's in danger.
Yes.
Yeah.
He is in fear for his life every day. Of course, he's going to be complicit to take a lie detector test. Because if he doesn't, she's going to crush him physically and emotionally. Oh my gosh, she looks like a linebacker.
I feel like I can't tell how old she is. Because in some pictures she looks like younger, and in some
How
she
much you
looks
want to bet
mad
that
old.
when you see it, she has to be, I'm going to say that she's no more than 28 years old.
28?
Yeah. You're going to be like, wife 28. That's what you're going to see in the story. Watch. This is crazy. And the fact that, look, you go through the pictures and swipe, yo, the dude got the computer in his hand. Like, yo, this is simp to another level.
Even, like, look at the second picture of the pink shirt. Like, he's gripping on her hand, and she's got the open hand hold.
Right. Got her hand on his knee. Like, if you move, I'm going to crush every ligament in this leg. And the tattoo on, is that a tattoo or that? No, that's not a tattoo. See, I'm being mean. I thought that was a tattoo. That's a necklace. It's a chokey.
She got a tattoo on the arm, though. Some
Chokey is hanging on.
Celtic
That chokey is
symbol.
hanging on for dear life. Boy, there's a reason why they call. You know, let me be nice. Let me be nice. But yeah, this is simp behavior. This is simp behavior. This is really bad. He looks younger than her though. So that's probably where the power dynamic comes in. First off, she is a linebacker, but he might be much younger than her and feels like this is like normal because she's created this toxic environment for him to believe that this is normal. Because when you look at him, he looks like somebody who has never been with a woman before. Right? Just never. Never even had the courage to open up Pornhub because he thought he wasn't good enough for it. Like it's just, and she found this young guy and took advantage of him. That's all it is. To give somebody a lie detector test every day, yo, even if I was out there doing dirt, I'd make sure that I find a way to beat that test. They said that if you hold your breath, were you since? Yes. Did you come straight home? Yes. Why are you not breathing? I am breathing. So why is your face purple? You lying out of my ass. But that's a crazy ass story. That's insane. Moving on. I think I got one more. Let's see. No, I think that's it. I've seen that Gremlins is coming back out. They're making a Gremlins 3. Has a script and is now just pending approval. That's very nice. I'm a big Gremlin fan. Love Gizmo. That little bastard. Like Gizmo, when you think about the movie, just the dynamic of the movie, Gizmo's this nice little furry, big-eyed, small creature, and it's just like, did the man never think about looking at Gizmo and say, you know, you're a cute little thing, but you are a thing that I don't even know what the F you are. So it's like, why should I trust you? It's not like a cat. I know what a cat is. No dog. This thing has long bat ears Big Eyes, I don't trust you because you can be able to grow bigger than this and then kill me, or you can stay the same, but then I don't know what your actual like bloodline or lineage is. I don't know what you are. You gotta go into that a little bit more cautious. That's all I'm saying. Like, he was too gun-ho about it when he got Gizmo home. Had Gizmo in a damn box, and then Gizmo gets out of there and he's running around happy and all this stuff. And all of a sudden he gets some water get on him, and then all hell breaks loose. Water. That's it. So I can't even give you a shower, you dirty little thing. Get the hell out of my house. I'd send your ass right back to the animal shelter. That's what I would do. Wherever the hell I got you. But Gremlins was a good movie, though. Gremlins 1 was good. Gremlins 2 was pretty good. So if they're going to make a Gremlins 3 as an old head that grew up on Gremlins, I want to see it. I want to see. Now, is this going to be a prequel or, just like they're going to be old now? Is Gizmo going to be old? What's happening? That's what I want to know. Does Gizmo have a family, right? Where somebody goes ahead and takes one of the babies and then that's what happened? What's the story? That's all I want to see. That is my irrelevant news of the week.
You got to be kidding me. I mean, how do you watch the... I mean, yeah, they stink.
Let's talk about it. Emmanuel Classe. He has been sent home by the Guardians. So, it still sounds very weird, Guardians. For alleged... What do we call it? Point shaving? Betting? Betting on yourself? Like, what is the actual definition? Like, they said that they have evidence. I don't know how they're going to prove that in court, but evidence that he was tanking pitches. Like, he would come into the game, and I guess whatever the prop bet was is like the first pitch is a ball, and he would always throw like a pitch in the dirt. And I'm like, all right, that does seem very plausible as evidence. It does. But it's like, what else would they need to say that he's actually guilty?
I don't, because also like from the quote unquote evidence that I've seen, it was only like a certain amount of pitches.
Right.
So it's not like he's been doing this for like multiple years, or it's not as frequent, I guess. Even one of the pitches that was like triggered, like a batter swung at it. So I feel like the like literally evidence like that you have to have is like his name on the bet slip.
Right.
For him to kind of get in trouble with this. I feel like, because I don't know, like, I feel like obviously like spiking the ball is kind of like, kind of iffy like multiple times, but he could have just held on to it like in an awkward way or something happened. And I don't know. I feel like it's going to be difficult to kind of catch him for it. So.
Yeah. I honestly, it's very interesting about how they're gonna go about this, because they might have to just ban, like, I know that they have like protocols and prohibit players from, but like there has to be a way that if you're signing a contract, you gotta be blocked or something. Like, if you're an athlete, you can't bet on your own. Like you can't even access these gambling sites if you're a part of this particular organization. If you're in the major leagues, you shouldn't even have access to be able to have that. Like this betting thing, this gambling thing has gone out of control, where people cannot help themselves, man. Like, these guys are making millions of dollars. Emmanuel Classe is making millions of dollars. Is he still on his rookie deal? I think he's still on his ARB years. But even still, if he's making decent money on his ARB years.
Yeah, even like for his future, when he's a free agent, he's gonna be making crazy amount of money,
Yeah.
and he knows that. So, also too, like, I don't know, like if it's specific to certain betting apps, or states to bet like per pitch. I know you can like bet like per at bat, like like what's gonna happen, but I didn't know like per pitch.
Yeah, I'm sure there's probably some that have it that's very extreme like that. But listen, I'm hoping for the best for the guy, man. I like him. I think that he's great player, one of the best pitchers in the game. But if he did some bullshit, man, like he has to suffer the consequences. That's just the way it goes. Moving on, let's go ahead and go talk Mets. Trade deadline has come and gone. Thoughts on what we have done? We got Tyler Rogers, right? We got Gregory Soto a couple of days before the deadline. We got Ryan Helsley. And we have Cedric Mullins. So thoughts on those deals? What do you give the Mets in regards to a grade? And what are your concerns going into the final stretch of the season?
I'll give them an A. I thought they did really well. My biggest concern for them was the bullpen, so they definitely upgraded significantly with that. I think Cedric Mullins is a nice addition. I don't really understand why I was seeing some people kind of, I don't want to say like upset with the deal, but they're like, oh, you should have went for Robert. Like, Mullins is not great. But he has 15 home runs, I think like 49 RBIs. His batting average is low, but he is a offensive upgrade for Taylor. So, I mean, you can have him earlier in the game and then have Taylor come in later for defense. I think that's no problem. Like, I mean, center field wasn't really, like, it was a nice addition to have, but I wasn't crazy about upgrading. The reason I give them an A because I feel like they could have gone for another, like, starter pitcher just to have the security, because I know that they do want to, since they didn't make any moves, they want to bring up some of the younger guys, which I think is cool. But I guess in the past when the Mets have bought up like younger pitchers during like a postseason stretch, they've done pretty well.
Been very successful, yeah.
So, but again, like, you just never know. So, but I guess they felt that the starting pitching market was just too pricey for them to give up any assets, so they're sticking with, what they think is going to work. So, but overall, just very happy with what they got.
Yeah, I mean, I like your breakdown. I think I don't think I'm gonna go as high as A, but I think I'm gonna give them a B plus. I think a B plus is good because now they have the best bullpen in baseball. The best bullpen in baseball. When you go 6 inning on, we're talking about shut down. Shut down. Okay, you got Brooks Raley, you still got Reed Garrett, you got Gregory Soto with those guys, you got Ryan Halsley, who was a phenomenal. Tyler Rogers, I didn't even know that he was the Mr. Submarine, Submarine Man. Like, it's great. And then on top of that too, like, we're not even talking about, we got Edwin Diaz at the back of that back end of that bullpen that's gonna close the door. Like, this is great. This is great. And I had Met fans, oh, why did we trade Jose Butto? Mars. Who cares about Jose Butto? Like, listen, he's been here his whole career. It's sad to see, but it's a business. But here's the thing. He wasn't a shutdown reliever. Yes, you can be able to use him in spot starts and stuff like that because, he has that ability, but,
Yeah, like, I think it's, like, he's been solid.
Yeah.
But for what's coming back from, like McGill's going to come back soon.
Right.
So he could easily replace his role.
Exactly.
So, and also, too, like, has to be on the major league team or he's going to have to.
Right, he had no options left.
Anyways, so,
he had no options left.
Yeah, I think it's just the, good situation for him to play for the Giants.
Absolutely, because the thing is, like, the Giants are still, they're still a fringe playoff team. So he's going to be playing in some meaningful games, get a lot of opportunity, but also not have the scrutiny of New York either, right? So, and hey, you can't beat San Francisco weather. So there's nothing wrong with going where he went. But for Met fans to be like, oh, we gave up too much for Rogers. Rogers is one of the best pitchers in baseball. And he's been one of the best pitchers in baseball for quite a while now. We're talking about like a 4 or 5 year stretch. One of the best relievers in the game. He's 34 years old. Yes, it's a rental. But the thing is, with all of these players that we got, who's to say that we don't have the ability to be able to re-sign them? Because we do. If they have very successful tenures for the next 2 years, for the next 2 months for the Mets run, if they perform well and they like New York, we're going to have a very, very good chance to be able to retain these guys. So it's literally like a tryout for both them as well as us to see evaluation-wise, do they fit the long-term solution, whether it be a 2 or 3 year fit, whatever it is. But there's evaluations on both parties for the player as well as the organization. But I think it's a great fit. I don't think they gave up anything to get Rogers. I think that it was a good move. You got rid of Drew Gilbert, and everybody's like, oh, Drew Gilbert was good. Why did you get rid of him? Here's the thing about Drew Gilbert. Drew Gilbert was a Billy Epler pick. Drew Gilbert was ranked, number 10 or 12 in the Mets organization? Drew Gilbert did not have a clear path to the major leagues. You know what I mean? Like, the kid Benj is better than him.
Yeah.
Like, you have other options that you can be able to put there. So where was the path to be able to allow him to get to the bigs? He wasn't ready yet. So why wouldn't you give it up? And here's the thing. You got to give to get. We gave up Jesus Baez. I didn't want to give up Jesus Baez in the other deal. But you got to give to get. Raw talent, great player. Possibly he's going to be one of those really, really good shortstops, or maybe they might convert him to third, but he's going to be good. So did I want to give him up? No. But all in all, we did not really give up much.
Yeah, if you also, too, like, looking around the league, especially the deal that the Padres made, like, what they gave up.
They
like
gave up the second, what was it, third
third
in baseball. We're not even talking about in their organization.
Yeah.
In baseball.
In baseball for Mason Miller, which is a great pitcher, but
Right.
He's not having a great season on his end.
Yeah.
But he does have control, but still, like, there was a lot given up around the league, and I feel like we did really, really well.
Oh, yeah, 100%. Like, for what we gave up and what we got back, I think our return is definitely better than what we gave up because we have a lot of depth in the farm system. We have outfield depth. We have pitching depth. So we can be able to give up certain prospects and be fine. The Padres, on the other hand, they gave up everything. But the reason why I know that everybody's like, oh, if the Padres don't win the World Series, it's a failure. No, because here's the thing. They have one of the best farm system scouts and directors in baseball. They find talent better than anybody in the league outside of the Rays. So they know how to, so they don't have the problem of replenishing that cabinet because they're very good at picking international players. They're very good at that. So they're probably like, dime a dozen. We'll be able to find another one.
Yeah, even like what they gave for Soto for a few years, you're like, look at those 3 of those players and how like great they're doing. It's like they just gave up a boatload of prospects, 3 years ago, whenever it was, and then they're still in the playoffs every year since then. So
because they know that these kids that are in the farm, it's not a guarantee that they're going to turn into superstars, but the fact that they are continuously getting high valued prospects, that's a shout to their organization and how they scout well. I think Omar Minaya is still there if he's not with the Yankees. Is he with the Yankees or is he still with the Padres?
I thought he was with the Yankees, but I don't know.
Yeah, he could be with the Yankees, but you know, they have a very, very good farm system over there. Good director, good scouts, so they know what they're doing. So they're gonna be right back where they need to be in regards to getting the prospects back. So I'm not worried about the Padres. But for us to be able to get what we got the best bullpen in baseball. It's not hyperbole. This is a fact. So we don't need our damn starting pitching to go 7 innings. I would love it. right? Because it makes the bullpen easier. But man, go ahead and go 5.
Yeah, because you have Soto, then Rogers, and Housley, and then Diaz. Wherever
Who you want to see?
Yeah.
Who do you want to see? And then throw Brooks Raley in there.
Yeah, plus the other, the guys are still, Stanek's not having a great season.
Yeah. Stanek's pitching well.
Yeah.
Brooks Raley's back.
Yeah.
Reed Garrett's good.
Yeah. So you have the whole bullpen.
Yeah. Pitch him 3 innings. Let me tell you, when the playoffs come, you already know Mendoza's he's gonna have a quick leash. You walk 2, get out.
Yeah. I mean, look what the Dodgers did last year.
They won a World Series with bullpen every 5th day.
Yeah. So
Come on now.
Yeah.
We can do that. We do a bullpen game. We do have the ability. And also the reason why I like what Stearns did is because it now gives the Mets more flexibility, because Edwin Diaz can be able to leave at the end of the season. He can opt out of his deal. This now gives you flexibility, because if you lose Diaz, then you can be able to negotiate with a Helsley to be able to get him to be your closer, right? You can be able to negotiate with Rogers to be able to have him be your setup man or whoever it is. So this gives them some, again, evaluation period to see what they have in-house. If they don't have what they need in-house, then you might have to bite the bullet and pay Diaz what he wants. I don't want to lose Diaz. I hope that they can be able to negotiate a fair market deal for him. He's already making, $20 million a year. How much more can you give a closer? Although he's having a lights-out year, which is I need a raise, dog. If I'm making 20, you might have to give me 23.
I would I don't know if they really want to focus on it right now, but I'd just give it to him now.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Let's say the same thing with Pete. Just extend them.
Yeah. Just get over it. Don't gotta worry about it.
Yeah. I'm not the biggest Pete fan, but listen, it's best for business. Sign him. Send Beatty to Mars. Not even Beatty stays, because he plays a hell of a defense. The kid's all right. All the stuff that I said about him in the beginning of the season, I take it back. But let me tell you who has replaced him. Send Vientos to planet Jupiter. Send him out.
He's getting better.
Where?
He had 2 home runs the other night.
He
did. There
did.
was 1, but there was 2. It
He
went
did.
out. Got robbed, but
But the defense is still rubbish.
it's DH.
That's true.
I remember the first game he played at first base.
Horrendous.
Yeah, the first play. Just dropped him.
Horrendous.
I know you're nervous, but come on.
Poor Pete was like, I can't even get a day off.
Yeah.
Can't even get a day off. I got a pinch hit. Get the hell out.
Yeah. So just stick with DH. It'll be great.
So, Cedric Mullins, that deal I like as well, because, like you said, it's an upgrade offensively, no matter how you slice it, from what we were getting out of Tyrone Taylor. Tyrone Taylor could not hit you if you threw yourself at the bat. You know what I mean? There's no way. So, Cedric Mullins having a down season, not really a down season. This is more like his baseball averages look like. He had that 1 year where he was 30-30, I think. So he has that type of ability to be a 30-30 guy, but he's a guy that's going to hit you 240, 245. He can hit anywhere between 15 and 20 home runs. He's going to steal a lot of bases. He's going to give you plus defense in center field. So, yeah, Tyrone Taylor might be a little better defensively, but it's not by much.
Yeah,
Cedric Mullins is really good defensively.
Yeah, I saw people kind of hating his defense has digressed over the few years, but recent plays that I've seen, he still has it. So
yeah.
But yeah, it'll be interesting to see how that plays out. I'm sure it's everywhere, all around is a great upgrade. So
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, yes, you can be concerned about the starting pitching, that they should have addressed and got maybe a low-end starter. Obviously you're not trying to, you can't get a top-end starter, because the the asking price was too much. I was shocked at the Chicago White Sox. Absolutely shocked. For a malcontent that doesn't want to be there, and for an organization that doesn't want him there, you still ask for the world for him?
Yeah.
Yeah, man. So yeah, I know you guys wanted him. And look, hey, remember we had this package around such and such? What about Jonah Tong? You want to like once they said that, Stearns just hung on the phone.
Yeah, hung up.
Are you crazy?
Yeah. It was like, I was seeing like reports actually how the White Sox was valuing him more than the other teams, because the other teams were seeing him more as a rental, while the White Sox were thinking about the future and picking up his options. So
Yeah, because he has options, so
Yeah.
you would have control of him if you did trade him.
but it wasn't for his play. Like, it's not a cheap. It's $20 million.
Yeah,
it's not cheap.
Yeah.
So yeah, but I was really surprised because I mean, from day one, he was like the number one talked about guy that he's gonna get traded
All season.
Yeah, and he wasn't. So very interesting to see.
All season. This is why the White Sox stink.
Yeah.
The other team that I really didn't understand is why is Mike Trout still on the Angels? Why?
Yeah, it was just such a, like, for them to go for it when they're a few games under 500 and they're, I think, 4 games. Last time I checked was 4 games back in the wild card, when you're going up against teams that are official playoff teams.
Right.
Like, the Yankees are the number 1 wild card spot. Like, you're not
Even
catching
the Rays
Yankees,
loaded up,
the
right?
Rays, the
Like-
Red Sox made some moves.
Yeah.
Like, you're not catching these teams with with what you have. So, like, you had, like, Mike Trout, you have some pitching you could have traded, some other bats you could have traded and got pieces for, but you're going to go for it. Like,
I don't understand it. Like, what is going on with? Does he have Stockholm syndrome? Is that what it is? Like, do you sympathize with your captor? Like, you need to get away. Get away from that place.
yeah.
Like, maybe if you get away, he'd be healthy. When was the last time you saw Mike Trout play 130 games? 6 years?
Yeah. Like, he hasn't, like, half of his career, more than half of his career, like, wasn't even full seasons.
Yeah, half of his career has been spent on the IL. That man still has close to 400 home runs if he doesn't have 400 now. It's nuts. So, I'm looking forward to the second half of the season. All of these guys are going to be eligible to play tomorrow or today or whenever this podcast airs. So the Mets, I think the Mets have the Giants coming up. They play the Giants.
They had the Guardians and then the Giants.
Is it Guardians Giants or is it Giants?
Let me see. It's just a very exciting time to be a Met fan.
Yeah, I think it might be the Giants.
It is Giants
Yep.
and then Giants and then Guardians.
Giants and Guardians. Okay, so listen, you got a little two team trip here, which is not easy, but I expect them to win both series. So I expect them to go at least 4-2. At least 4-2 in the stretch. So we'll see what happens. But very excited about it. Very excited about the second half of the season. We need to see that the bottom half of this roster, bottom half of this lineup start to hit. Guys are starting to come out their funk a little bit. The top of the lineup needs to do better. I seen a stat that just really, really upset me. That since June 13th, Lindor and Alonso have had 2 of the worst batting averages in all of baseball. And that goes into play about how bad we've been with runners in scoring position, how we can't generate any runs, how this offense just looks dead. Your table setters are not getting on base. Your big thumper is not getting on. He's not getting any big hits. It's going to be very difficult to drive in runs, especially when you have to rely on guys at the bottom end of the lineup Guys like McNeil and Vientos. Where's Ronnie? Get him back. Because when Ronnie was there, Ronnie hit something into McCovey Cove the other day when we was playing in San Francisco. Let him play.
Mm-hmm.
Let him play.
Also too against the Padres.
Yeah. I love that kid. He can stay. But Vientos, you got to hit 39 home runs in the next 2 months to be able to convince me that the Mets should keep you. No, seriously. You got to hit 20 home runs per month for me to say, all right. Nothing less. Because there's too many good players out there that you can be able to dangle this young, talented guy and send him packing, right? Remember I told you the bubble wrap is in the damn suitcase. All you got to do is put the little thing on it and suck all the air out of the bag. That's where he's at. He might be more secure than Volpe, but that ain't saying much. That's all I'm saying. Now it's time for the greatest segment on the planet, Dummy of the Week.
Dummy, yeah.
Every week I go around the room and I ask, who's the Dummy of the Week? Silent Assassin, who you got?
I'm going with Celsius. They had a little manufacturing mishap where their labels were on High Noon cans. So people were purchasing, thinking they had Celsius, drinking and driving, and
Getting lifted.
Underage people drinking these what they thought Celsius drinks, but they're just getting drunk.
Yeah, they gotta be some lawsuit with that.
I wish I purchased it.
Right?
I feel like when you taste it, you're like, oh, this kind of tastes weird. So it's a situation in itself of like, is my can like rotten? Like, why does it taste like this? But then find out it's alcohol.
Wow.
Probably getting, like, I don't know what any serious things came out of it. Like if someone literally got charged for like a DUI, whatever it may be. But definitely a big lawsuit. So.
Yeah, big lawsuit, and they are a big
Dummy, yeah.
You know what I mean? But again, it goes back to pain and suffering. I bought this energy drink and thought that I was gonna be up all night, and what it did was it put me to sleep. And when I woke up, I was in bed with this big linebacker woman that wanted to give me a lie detector test to find out what the hell happened the night before. So these are the things that can happen. There is a domino effect. It's like a butterfly effect. When a butterfly flaps its wings, something bad happens. And come on now, like just do things the right way. Whoever packaged, they might have did it on purpose too. You gotta remember, some of these people like, you know what, having a rough week. They didn't give me a raise. I'm gonna throw this stuff in here and screw up the entire line. That shit happens.
Yeah.
Can't trust it, man. Can't trust it. That's why I don't like eating out anymore. I don't.
I just like how even like the cross contaminate. Oh my god.
Cross contamination. Yes.
I can't speak. Yeah, like how there's alcohol and energy drinks like that close together.
Yeah.
You have like the wrong liquid going.
Yeah. I'm telling you, man, somebody was probably drunk as hell and just threw the wrong liquid in the wrong container. Oh, sorry.
Yeah.
Then and just kept it going. Mm-hmm. Saw the assembly line, just moved it down. Didn't say nothing. Scared to get fired. Those things happen. Now you got to pay out. They have a litigation fund. It's fine. Settle how much you want to settle for. You want $2 million? Okay, go away. So what happens when you're rich? You can be able to just pay people to go away. So, pain and suffering. Whoever is filing this lawsuit, just remember, pain and suffering get you double. Okay? I have mine, and this is a good one. You tend to try to give people the benefit of the doubt, but I will not do that today. Because I love to kick this person's back in. I think he's slowly moving up the Hall of Fame in the Dummy Awards. May I have the drum roll, please? And the winner for Dummy of the Week. Donald Trump! Donald Trump gets my...
Dummy, yeah.
Now, I could be able to talk about Donald Trump and say that he is the dummy for multiple reasons. For the Epstein thing, he doesn't want to release the files. For all of his poor policies. For the fact that he has cankles that he doesn't want to get addressed. For the fact that he continues to lie and grift and make billions of dollars off of the people that don't even work and donated money to him and continue to donate money to him, to his grifting policies and his all of the stuff that he's selling, Trump watch that you find on Amazon for half the money, right? All of these things. What offended me, and not even really offended me, but it made me laugh, has everything to do with the sports. This is a sports show. So I have to tie things in for sports reasons. And for whatever reason, I don't know what the hell Tua Tagovailoa was doing at the White House or wherever the hell they was at. But Donald Trump had to sit there at the podium, and with his stupid ass, he had to say Tua Tagovailoa's last name. And man, when you hear the chop job, like, you know what, you see how somebody's trying to like pronounce things phonetically, like they break it down. My boss does this, right? I've never heard somebody say the word hors d'oeuvres. He says hors d'oeuvres. And it's literally how it's spelled. Hors d'oeuvres.
I never heard somebody say
Exactly.
That's crazy.
Hors d'oeuvres. Hors d'oeuvres.
What triggers me is when people say vehicle.
Right.
That's a trigger for me.
Like, what?
Vehicle.
So listen to this. This is crazy.
And Tua Tagovailoa, the quarterback, who is really, he's been fantastic. He's been, when he's not injured, he's great. He's got to stay healthy, but he's a great guy. NFL commissioner.
Oh. Play it back. Play back the hits.
He was on the council, and Tua Tagovailoa, the quarterback, who is really, he's been fantastic. He's been, when he's not injured, he's great.
Get your old ass out of here. He's never even heard of this man. Can't say his name. Like, I would understand if you don't know how to spell it, right? Because don't ask me to spell his name. I can't do it, right? I gotta chat GPT that shit. But I know how to say his name. I know how to say it. We heard it enough. So if you watch football enough, you will hear it and it just sticks in your mind. You know how to say it, but don't ask people to spell it. This moron can't even say the name. He's just trying to pronounce it phonetic. No, this is not hors d'oeuvres. It's hors d'oeuvres. His name is Tagovailoa. That's it. Oh, man. This country, every day is like a soap opera here. It really is. Like, other countries get a kick out of us. It's like, oh, listen, you want to watch Telemundo? Nah, I don't want to watch no Telemundo, man. I don't want to watch those soap operas. I do want to watch what's going on in the U.S. though, because that's funny. It's a reality show. This is not real. I don't get it. So, Donald Trump, I could be able to say a lot more things about you, but today you are the winner for
Dummy, yeah.
of the week. My PSA, SummerSlam is this weekend. I'll be attending. I'll be there night 2. And obviously there's been a lot of things in sports that's happened. Hulk Hogan passing, the shooting in New York. But as a wrestling fan, and this is going to be a weekend that's box office for wrestling. We've had superstars in New York City doing radio shows and appearing here and this and that and all this other stuff. And there's this show that WWE just really, they just released. And as a wrestling fan, Hey Anthony, I really am saddened by the state of our wrestling. So it's WWE Unreal. That's the name of the series. And what they do is that they peel the curtain all the way back. So there used to be a thing, you're not a big wrestling fan, Silent Assassin, but I'll give you some knowledge right now. There used to be a term called kayfabe. Kayfabe was basically the illusion that this is reality, this is real. So the viewer that's watching it gets emotionally invested with the characters because they believe that this is real strife. So back in the old days, obviously 50s, 60s, 70s, 80s, even a lot of the 90s, guys who were bad guys, you never saw them in the same locker room as a good guy. You never saw a bad guy walk out of the building with a good guy because you kept the kayfabe up of that these are real issues that when fans see them in the street, they still believe that that veil of kayfabe still exists. Like Undertaker, you never saw Undertaker out of character when you saw him in public because he made sure that he kept the kayfabe up for his character because it was important for the mystique of the Undertaker, right? This has now changed all of that. They are dissecting storylines. They are telling you how the referee dictates a match with all the communication and the things that they have to do while they're in the ring. All of these things, they're like pulling the curtain back. And for me, I'm just like, why would you expose your business this way? Even although I understand that kayfabe in this modern age is dead, why would you not try to protect it as much as possible so people don't believe that they can be able to just walk from the street to be able to do what you guys do? It's a very high-end production. These are athletes just like anything else, which means that they should be protected. This business should be protected from people that just want to come into it and suck all the money out of it and don't appreciate what the actual lineage and time and dedication that it takes to become a namesake and a household name on TV. This is bad. Like I'm an enthusiast and I was offended watching this. There's a couple of scenes that are nice with CM Punk crying and being emotional about he finally got to main event WrestleMania, but there's also the other stuff where you're seeing them in board meetings talk about storylines and who they're gonna push and the ref this. Just like I don't want to see this. I still like the veil of kayfabe that what I'm watching, I understand that it's predetermined. That doesn't mean it's fake. You'll never go up to an actor and say, you do some fake stuff. Actors are revered, aren't they? But yet wrestlers in some aspects aren't because people can't make the correlation between both genres, both occupations. Pretty much the same thing, acting and wrestling. That's why most wrestlers become actors and they do very well with being able to step into that arena. And vice versa, right? You have some actors that have always been able to step inside of a ring and be fairly good. But this whole pulling back the curtain thing is just wrong. It's a way to be able to expose your business, and maybe you do want to kill the business for whatever it was and want to create something completely different. Maybe that's the goal, but it's not a good one. And on the eve of SummerSlam, I just want to focus on my storylines, the strife between good guy and bad guy, because this is like a what do you call it? It is a man version of soap operas. That's what wrestling is. We love it because of the drama. We love it because of the storylines, and we love it because of what the climax is and how this is going to be able to come to a crescendo. All of these things we still get excited over. And if you continue to pull the curtains back and the layers back about what's happening, it takes away the steam of excitement when you can be able to see the bare bones of a house. Like, what would you prefer to see? A house with all of these nice bells and whistles, 5 bathrooms, whatever, however many bedrooms, right? Nice backyard. Or would you like to see what the actual house looks like with all the studs and the structure in place? Oh, this is how a house is built. Oh, this is how this is done. Oh, thought it would be a lot more detailed and time consuming for whatever it is, right? That's the same thing about this whole WWE Unreal thing. It just makes the product not look as theatric and suspenseful. You just kind of Wizard of Oz pull the curtain back and see this little stupid ass man with this big microphone speaking through this huge head, right? So, I don't like it, but I'm gonna try to enjoy my SummerSlam because what choice did I have? So that's the PSA, is that sometimes we don't need the truth to be able to still be invested and interested in moving forward. It's kind of like the same thing with aliens and stuff, right? You may want to know the truth, but do you really want to know the truth? Because it might just end up altering everything that you thought possible. Everything that you thought existed in the normal realm of possibility is now dead. And that could be a good thing for a lot of people, but that also could be a very, very bad thing. That's all I'm saying. You got anything else? You're good?
I'm good, yeah.
Silent Assassin, the lady of many words. That's all for the show. Until next week, stay safe, stay cool. Peace.